So we're ready. The pace car pulls in. Chris Hopkins at the ready on the stand, and here with the call, Rust out.
All right, Raleigh, off the turn they come. Jeff Zuidema jumps on the throttle. Green flag is out. And Zuidema puts the Bud machine into turn number 1 as the leader of this event. Zuidema, who is very, very strong behind the wheel of a Pro Stock, finds himself leading the charge down the back straightaway. Jerry Marquis runs next, but here comes Dave Caruso down low with a 42. Keep in mind, this is a whole different set of wheels for Caruso, and he's showing his talent by running right up front with it here today. The 69 of McQuell is next. We've got problems as the Manafort and Doyle machines come together. The 24 car of Gary also gets hit very, very hard right on the front straightaway. So Dennis Doyle is able to drive away, but there is considerable damage done to his car. You can see that virtually the entire contents of the radiator is all over the racetrack. The 24 of Gary got hit very, very hard, the 24X. And a lot of damage done to that. But he is okay, and that's really all that is important.
Indeed. A very, very competitive field without doubt. Just an example of what you're in for on Friday nights starting May 1st. Right here at the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Green flag is out, and once again it's Jeff Zuidema to bring them across the line in command. But Caruso is knocking right at the door with car number 42. Jerry Marquis hangs tough on the high groove with the 28. But Caruso appears to have a slight advantage, but suddenly Marquis just blasts into turn number 3. Caruso comes back on the inside as they swap that position back and forth and back and forth. Marquis now grabs the spot as they head for turn 1. Jeff Zuidema puts the throttle down and opens up about a 4-car length advantage over Marquis and Caruso. And then it is the 32X of Chuck Doherty. 74 of Lou Pryor. That's how they run, pretty much single file now, around the half mile. Tom Rosati puts the 07 up on the high side of the racetrack, looks to make a move around Pryor. And in so doing, Rosati will pick up position number 5. Here comes that black number 2. He started deep in the pack, and Jim McCallum is already winning his way to the front. Trouble up in turn number 3. That's the 50 of Jim Lyons, the 38 of Bennett. Those two cars have come together and come up against the wall, we should say, over in turn number 3, so he does indeed do that.
Okay, he's out of the car right now, so he's all right. But we're checking on Bennett. The EMTs will look him over carefully, make sure everything's all right. But preliminary indications are that he's okay.
Okay, Barry has a report. Courtesy the folks at Porter and Chester. We just have a difficult time, Doreen, making out your last name here. So, Doreen from Border Street in Whitensville. Congratulations.
And back we go to green, and Zuidema hopping right out. And Caruso in the low groove edges ahead of Marquis, and it's now Caruso running second.
So David, of course, a second-generation driver, has chosen the Pro Stock division as opposed to the open-wheel modifieds, the division which his famous father competed in for so many, many years, and has proven that he certainly knows how to get the job done with these race cars. Meanwhile, up front, it continues to be the 15 of Jeff Zuidema running in second, the 42, but all eyes now suddenly shift back a little bit in the pack as the black number 2, Jim McCallum, comes smoking up through the field. Chuck Doherty gets a little bit out of shape with the 32. We remain under green as he keeps heading in the same direction. McCallum just makes it look so easy. He just simply drove right underneath the 07 of Rosati and now begins to reel in the rear bumper of Jerry Marquis. Here comes McCallum off of turn number 4. Jimmy is on a roll.
And you can certainly bet those 3 boys in front of him know full well that Mr. McCallum is on the run. Zuidema, Caruso, Marquis. Off the turn, and we've got 7 laps now completed. 23 to go.
Jeff Zuidema has that car working to perfection down in turns 1 and 2. You can see him take the car in deep. When he puts the throttle down, he is able to just open it up by about 3 car lengths. And that's a perfect indication that that car is working very well. McCallum almost squeezed up to the wall by Marquis as Jimmy looks for running room virtually anywhere on the racetrack. Here comes the 07 of Rosati back to challenge once again. McCallum motors ahead down the back straightaway. Rosati is not able to post the challenge on the inside. McCallum now once again takes a look to the outside, but suddenly finds that section of the racetrack blocked as Jerry Marquis has put out the wide load sign. And Rosati battles back again on the inside. They're really swapping that back and forth, Raleigh.
Look at that surge by Rosati as he moves right in, and McCallum is falling off the pace. Apparently problems with the number 2.
That is a rare sight, boys and girls, because Jim McCallum almost never experiences mechanical problems. And yet they will sideline him today with car number 2, the P.T. Watts machine for Jim McCallum.
Well, Barry will hop right on that one, and we'll find out just what has occurred with the McCallum machine.
Meanwhile, we have 11 laps up on the Winston Racing Series scoreboard. So, third position, the 28 of Jerry Marquis, the 07 of Tom Rosati. That's the way they run. The 4X of Tom Fern. Tom started very, very deep in the pack, started 20th, in fact, and has now worked his way up into the 5th position. Billy Laurison's car number 99 runs next.
Mark Farino and Brian Crunden dueling it out for the next position. But meanwhile, Zuidema continues to set a very, very good pace. The 12, out of shape, coming out of 4, captures it once again and pulls right back in without a caution flying.
Next time around, Chris Hopkins will have the cross flags to display to the 15 of Jeff Zuidema. And we'll be at the halfway point as the attrition that Raleigh mentioned earlier on certainly has taken its toll. Trouble down in turn number 1, the 5th.
We'll sort it out. Let's remind you very, very quickly here, too, before they resume, that Race Week, the radio show, will be on WNNZ 640 AM, Mondays at 7 p.m. Hope you tune in, because you'll certainly catch up on the very latest news from the entire racing scene. There's the green flag from Chris Hopkins, and here's Russ.
All right, here they come, and once again, Jeff Zuidema reigns supreme as they head back to turn 1. It is the Budweiser Duraflex-sponsored car number 15 that leads them off the second turn down on the bottom side. Jerry Marquis muscles away that second spot. Dave Caruso is a tough man, and he's got a tough machine off the turn. Caruso hangs right up on the high side of the racetrack. They run door handle to door handle, elbow to elbow through turns 1 and 2. And waiting in the wings, the 07 of Tom Rosati, a real pro at this division, and coming all the way up from the 20th starting position, car number 4 for Tom Fern. Rosati makes the move underneath, and suddenly, right out of nowhere, Tom Rosati is in second. From 5th to 2nd in no time flat. Tom Rosati on a roll with car number 07. Then it is the 42 of Caruso, the 4 of Fern, and then the 28 of Jerry Marquis. Bill Lauritsen in the 99, the 74 of Louis Pryor. 17 laps up on the Winston Racing Series scoreboard. Raleigh, we're in the second half, and we're headed home with Jeff Zuidema leading the way. Zuidema down the back straightaway in very, very good shape in this 30-lap feature event for the Pro Stocks. Jeff Zuidema, Tom Rosati, Dave Caruso, Tom Fern, Jerry Marquis, Billy Lauritsen, running pretty much single file now as they settle in during the middle portion of the race. With about 6 or 8 laps to go, you'll see them begin to put a lot of serious pressure on one another again as they see the checkered flag not all that far away. Zuidema trying to build up a nice comfortable lead with car number 15, and thus far he has been able to do that almost at will. With a peek underneath Caruso. Can't make the move that time, but suddenly Jerry Marquis is right back in the thick of things He looks to the outside of Fern. Bill Lauritsen has a great spot sitting back there watching all of this happening. One of the best seats in the house. Behind the wheel of car number 99. There goes Fern once again looking underneath the Caruso car. No room that time as Dave is able to motor ahead through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Jeff Zuidema and Tom Rosati have pulled away and are running pretty much by themselves in first and second position, respectively. The 42 of Caruso. David has his hands full, as right there is Tom Fern and Jerry Marquis, along with the 99 of Bill Lauritsen on car number 15 and its driver, Jeff Zuidema. But we continue to shuffle the deck in positions 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fern, once again, looks to the low side of Caruso. Marquis looks to the high side of Fern. Marquis pulls right up alongside into turn 3. Fern gets a good bite down on the bottom groove. Off the turn they come, back down across the stripe. Fern and Marquis really going at it out here on the half mile. Fern now gets up alongside of Caruso briefly as they exit turn 2, but David is able to motor ahead as they head back through turns 3 and 4. But here comes Fern. He's got a good position off of turn 4. Question is, can he hold it? Caruso able to get a slight advantage into turn number 1, but Fern is right there, applying the pressure. Off of 2, down the backstretch. The engine underneath the hood of car number 42, the saving grace for Dave Caruso, as the car obviously is not handling the way that it should be. 28 laps next time by. Laps to go, 1 mile. That's all that's left for Jeff Zuidema to claim victory here at the Stafford Motor Speedway on this sunny Sunday afternoon. Zuidema brings him off the turn down the backstretch. Tom Rosati runs next, followed by Dave Caruso, Tom Fern, Jerry Marquis, and Bill Lauritsen. White flag. Final lap. It is the 15 of Jeff Zuidema, out for a nice, pleasant Sunday afternoon drive, picking up the lion's share of the Pro Stock purse as Zuidema drives his way to victory lane off of turn number 4, down to the stripe, and Jeff Zuidema will claim the win, followed by Rosati, the 42 of Caruso, the 4 of Fern, the 28 of Marquis, and the 99 of Bill Lauritsen. Started 11th, managed to work his way right up through to finish second. Next was the 42 of Dave Caruso. A great run for Tom Fern in car number 4, as he too had a long, long way to go. He started 20th on the grid and worked his way up to 4th. Jeff being congratulated by friends, crew, and he will go immediately to the podium where Raleigh Jacobs is there to greet him. Raleigh?
All right, Russ, down here with Jeff. I guess pretty much we can say, Jeff, ho-hum.
No, you can never say ho-hum. the car ran real good today. I'd like to thank the sponsors, Budweiser and Duraflex. I'd like to thank Ray Carlson. He does the chassis work, and I'd like to dedicate this race to my father, who had a heart attack about a month ago, and he's recovering real nice.
Oh, great. That's very good to hear, Jeff. Certainly you had your early duels, particularly with Jerry Marquis, and then a little later on with Dave Caruso, and I'm sure those were the most moments of concern for you in that one.
Well, when you get Jerry Marquis, he's the Northeast Regional Champion, and you always got to be tough with him, and the best thing I could say is they're both clean drivers, and we knew we'd come down to racing, and we had a better starting spot, and everything worked out good for us today.
As for the regular season, any particular thoughts in mind as we head into it, Jeff?
Well, we've probably got a month here at Stafford, and from there, I don't know where we're going to go, what we're going to do, but I'm looking forward to a good year.
All right, very good. There's no doubt you had the car set up right, because it's certainly very, very smooth all day long.
Yeah, the car was perfect. We didn't get too much warm-up in yesterday with some bad weather, but Stafford did a nice job. They got the show in, and all the fans were patient, and thank you.
All right, and congratulations, Jeff. A very strong run for you, and a good indicator of things to come, I'm sure.
I hope so. Thank you.
Hey, Anthony, we need a single shot of you first.
All right, so Jeff Zuidema enjoys victory lane here at the Stafford Motor Speedway.